Hey you all, hope y'all having a good day so far. Y'all, can y'all believe it's November? Like, it's November. Dude, we was just at January. That's wild to me. Like, time's speeding up, y'all. Time is speeding up. You gotta know what times we in. But I wanted to get on here and talk about, how God will deliver you from all of your enemies. When you wholeheartedly walk with God and come into obedience, you have an upright heart, there is going to be adversaries. So you will have persecution. You are going to have witchcraft attempts. People are going to try to do witchcraft on you. You are going to have smear campaigns put on you. People talking about you, trying to assassinate your character. People are going to tell you you're doing the wrong thing, you're not on the right path. It is going to be, the enemy is going to use every single playbook, every single thing that he can do to try to get you off the path. But God sets that up for a reason sometimes, because he's preparing a table in front of your enemies. And then also, it has to look like the enemy is winning. When we all know God wins, we all know he wins, but it has to look like he's winning. And this is because there has to be a table set. There has to be a table set in front of your enemies. And God is very strategic in what he does. He will let certain things happen. He will be the orchestrator of certain things. There's a book in the Bible, I don't know if it was Elijah or Ezekiel, it was one of them where God literally, I'm gonna have to find it, where God told him that he was going to cleave his tongue to the roof of his mouth on purpose, because he knew that he was going to come up against a rebellious house, and he knew that they would never believe them. He knew that they would not believe what he was trying to say, because God used him. God tried to use him. And warning always comes before destruction. But sometimes people won't believe you because it's you. But God literally did that on purpose. He said he cleaved the tongue to the roof of his mouth because he knew it was a rebellious house, and he knew they wouldn't listen to that person. So I can't remember what book that's in. I'm gonna have to find it. But it's so deep. I said, Dad, so you did that on purpose? Like, he did it on purpose. So everything in this world, God controls. The enemy thinks he controls it, but he doesn't. God could shut it down in 2.5. And that's what people don't understand. But God still has grace and mercy for man, y'all don't understand the grace and mercy God gives us. And I'm sure a lot of y'all do, because y'all done been through some stuff just like me. But it's just, God is so strategic, but he will make it to where your enemies are at peace with you. As long as you trust in him, as long as you keep an upright heart, he will deliver you out of every single fight. And you will have fights when you are being obedient to God. That can come from family, that can come from friends, that can come from the community. It's gonna be an adversary everywhere you turn. But when you trust in God and you lean into God, he will deliver you out of all of them. And you just stay consistent in what he tells you to do. You stay grounded in what he's telling you, because obedience is better than sacrifice. But obedience can be hard. But when you push through that obedience, when you push through and continue to be obedient, you're gonna see a 360, and it's gonna look like you losing. I'm telling you, it's gonna look like you losing. It's gonna look like all these afflictions, all these pains, all this persecution. And that don't mean your problems just disappear, but God will give you peace within the midst of the storm. He's gonna give you your outlet to to get that peace, so you're not And then you'll start feeling like the afflictions aren't as much. You're not getting as afflicted anymore. You're feeling a lot more better. You're able to get stuff done. You're able to move around a little bit more. But you'll always have an enemy. You'll always have an adversary, but God will deliver you out of everyone, and he will make it to where they have to be at peace with you. And you may be the person that has to help them, or you may be the person that helps them see where they went wrong, to where now they're clinging to God, to where now they're in a repentant heart, to where now they are, seeking God because he's seen the way, or they seen the way how God moved for you, how God did deliver you out of stuff, how God did warn them to stop, how God did do that. And it was because you were obedient and you kept his statutes and you kept his commandments, but he would deliver you out of that, and you may help them to bring them to deliverance. Man, that's beautiful. I think that's so beautiful, because your heart remained the same, and now they can cling to God, because God doesn't like to lose souls. He doesn't like to lose souls, because every soul can be saved, but some people pick up the roles of the enemy, or sometimes God does certain stuff for a reason, but some people pick up those roles. But sometimes, man, you might be the one to bring the people that have come against you, and you might be the reason that they cleave to God, and that they get back to seeing that God is real and his power is still here. It never left, and it's still here. Live and in color. But I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. So always remember obedience, and God will deliver. He will make it so your enemies are at peace with you. All right, y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to y'all soon.